What's up, everybody? This is Alex Fishbein back again with another Fish's Friday rant. And this time, now, after we finally have Game 1 of the NBA Finals, we have a little bit of final stuff to talk about, but we also have some non-finals stuff to talk about as well. And the first one of that being, you can probably guess it by looking at the picture behind me. So, if you haven't heard already, Austin Rivers went on Undisputed, or went on Fox Sports, whatever it was, and he said these comments about Glen Big Baby Davis, who, he said he was constantly showing up overweight, he was missing practices, he didn't remember the plays, and he said, if you have a guy like that, how are you going to play him? And, well, not even thinking of Davis, yeah, if someone does show up like that all the time, then yeah, that's somebody you're most likely going to cut. Let's just cut to the chase about that. That is something that will happen. However, Big Baby Davis heard these comments. He turned on the TV, saw Austin Rivers talking about him and talking about his weight and everything. So he decided to take to social media and filmed himself, which I might add, very, very close to his own face with the phone. Way too close. I mean, he was spitting on the camera and on the phone itself. So right there, you're going a little too far already. But, Davis makes the comment that a lot of fans and a lot of people thought when he was first signed and drafted that he got his shot because of his dad. And he's on the team because of his dad. However, that's still stupid to say as well, because yes, he might have gotten an opportunity because of his dad. But if he didn't improve, if he didn't show the signs of becoming a rotational player from his freshman year, or from his rookie year, then he wouldn't be on the team. Whether it's his dad or not, he's not going to keep around a guy that does not contribute at all to help them win games. And so we have seen Austin Rivers progress, mature, get better from his rookie season to now. And so why, there is no argument that his dad now is keeping him only because he's his son. Austin Rivers has shown that he can stay in the league. He has shown that he can play and be a rotational player, a sixth man, one of your second squad point guards, shooting guards. He can help out a team. Will he be a starter? Probably not. But other teams would definitely sign him if he were to go to free agency. Other teams that need a bench point guard would definitely sign him. A lot of teams that, also need that just one piece to help add to the whole collective to maybe go on a championship run. He would be the guy that they would probably look at and put forth a lot of money into him to help them get over the hump. Now, another non-NBA thing, speaking of the Clippers, there is Chris Paul, who is a free agent. And it's funny to me that people say, okay, if Chris Paul decides to leave, he'll give the Spurs consideration, almost as if it's like a pity thing. I'm pretty sure if you're Chris Paul, the Spurs look a lot more enticing than the Clippers do. Let's recount the fact that the Spurs do have Coach Pop. They do have Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is better than both Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. And on top of that, they have a team environment that is already established. They have a style of play that is ever evolving with the type of environment they're in the NBA, as well as have a devoted fan base who is there all the time. I mean, I don't see what there is to not like about going to the Spurs. So the fact that people keep saying, he might give them consideration, nah, just cut the crap. We know he's giving them a lot of consideration because it's the Spurs. And they would definitely give him the best chance to compete for a ring. And we all know that's what Chris Paul wants, because the first person you ask, if you say, is Chris Paul one of the best point guards of all time, they automatically say no because he doesn't have a ring. What does that have to do with being a point guard? I mean, that's debatable. But That is the main argument for everybody. He can't get out of the second round. He can't make it to the Western Conference Finals. Can't make it to the finals. Can't win the finals. That is their main argument against Chris Paul, even though he has some great accomplishments other than that. And he has been one of the best true point guards for a long time. Now, moving on to the actual finals. I think it's dumb that there are really articles and people talking about stuff out there that really have nothing to do with the finals. Like, one thing is people are saying like, oh, the beef between Rihanna and Kevin Durant took center stage when she yelled brick and he stared her down when he made a free throw. Okay, cool. That was kind of funny for that moment. Why do you have to go and write a whole article on it? Why do you have to go and give that even the time of day? Is this TMZ? Are we just looking for drama just to look for drama? Like, why does anybody care about that? And then the second thing, they go and say, oh, Russell Westbrook didn't want to watch the NBA Finals. Who cares? He's not in the finals. He is not like studying these guys right now. He's played Golden State. He knows what Cleveland does. He has to wait and see what his team is going to even look like next season. And he's in the offseason trying to relax and get himself ready for the next season. Why do we care if Russell Westbrook is watching the NBA Finals? Did you guys say that Chris Paul was at the WNBA game watching Diana Taurasi make history by becoming the second leading scorer in WNBA history and break the record for most three-pointers made in their career? No, you didn't talk about that because it's Chris Paul and he's in the offseason. And it doesn't matter if he's watching the game because what is important here is the two teams playing the game on the court. The coaches, their front offices, and how they built their teams, whatever it may be. It is the product that is on the floor in Golden State and then eventually in Cleveland. That's it. We don't care about these side stories about players who aren't even there. That has no value. That adds nothing. Like I said, this is just feels like it's become TMZ and they're just looking for drama just to look for drama. That's really what it is. Now, about the actual game, when they asked LeBron, what stood out to you? And he just said, Kevin Durant. People had a field day with that, making jokes and everything, but it's true. That is the difference from last season. Kevin Durant came out and killed the Cavs. Not to mention, the Cavs pretty much were like, hey, let's see how many times Kevin Durant can dunk in one game. They just let him go freely to the lane. They let him so many times drive in transition, and sure, they were going out to cover like Steph Curry or Klay Thompson and cover the shooter so they don't get a three. And yes, okay, sometimes a two is better than a three. But when you're getting your butt kicked, you need to just stop the ball somehow. At least don't let a guy who's going to dunk the ball when, I mean, let's be honest here, your field goal percentage for a dunk is probably like 99.9. Sometimes you may miss a dunk, especially with guys with the caliber of LeBron and Kevin Durant in them. And, you know, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson's three-point percentage is around 40 to 42, 43. So if you're playing a percentage game here, you probably want to stop the ball and stop giving up like 6-7 dunks a game. Just throwing that out there. As well as the fact that, yeah, Klay Thompson had a terrible game. Steph Curry was hitting threes. That was expected. And Durant was hitting his shots too. Draymond wasn't really pouring it in from three. Their other guys weren't pouring it in from three. This game started in the paint. And Golden State was killing them in the paint when everyone said that that was going to be Cleveland's way to win the series. So you're going to have to change something if you want to stop them from getting easy buckets and actually force them. I mean, you might as well force them to shoot outside with a hand in their face, whether it be a late contest or whatever it may be, rather than just letting them get stuff around the rim. Because either way, you're going to get blown out if you let open three-point shooters go by just stepping in front of guys in the lane, or if you just cover the three-point shooters and let the guys in the lane have a field day. Either way, you're going to get blown out, and it could be a sweep. That's really all I have to say about that. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. Thank you for watching another episode of Fisch's Friday Rant. Make sure you check out our website, basketballsocietyonline.com. We're on Twitter at @bballsociety_. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Make sure you check us out. Posting things all the time. We're here for all of your finals coverage as well, so make sure you check all of that out. And before you go and leave this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well, because we're always putting out videos and we're coming out with live streams to preview games in these finals and talk about the draft lottery and the draft as well. So if you hit subscribe, you'll be notified about it. So make sure you do that as well. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.